Put him down. Put him down. I'm not looking up.
3, 2,
Welcome back to the Agony of Positivity podcast. I am Ross. I am joined this
Friday
week.
edition.
Oh, yeah, it is Friday. TGIF. Remember when that restaurant was The Place? Or, I'm sorry, TGI Fridays?
Yes.
Or Fridays? Saul is joining me.
Yes.
The
I'm not even going to say my name. You already know who I am.
Big Daddy Saul Train.
Soldier.
I mean, if I was like super enthusiastic, that would maybe be an annoying name to use. But like, you know, those streamers that just start screaming everything that happens. Like,
yes.
Oh my God, someone knocked on my door. What is going on? I'm so scared. I actually, like, I witnessed that on some, like, you know, I don't know if you watch Twitch. I'm assuming our audience is at least familiar with Twitch.
Yep.
From what we talk about, I feel like that would be a pretty common thing. If not, it's like a streaming site, live, not like YouTube. Do you ever just like check out random streams where you're like, oh, what about this game? I wonder if anyone's playing it, so I can see what it looks like. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that every now and then, but a lot of Twitch streamers, man, are just, like you said, annoying. They scream and...
There is, yeah, it's it's like when you go through like YouTube, like if you search like certain things, like everyone's doing like the surprised face with a big red arrow on their thumbnails.
Yes.
I feel like that's how everyone talks on Twitch. Like it's just constant like overhype. It's like Michael Cole is streaming. Oh, Lord, how awful would that be? I mean, I would watch it. Get Kevin Dunn producing him, so there's like 14 different camera cuts for every syllable.
Yes.
Oh man. But yeah, like just I was watching one of those like random ones. I think they were doing like one of the Resident Evil games. It was someone knocked on their door, but I don't know if they are the most, they're like a deer as far as being startled, or they were playing it up, but it was the most obnoxious thing I've seen in a while. But like, now I hardly ever use chat in Twitch, so it's not like I'm like typing I'm just internalizing all this. But like, the chat loved it. So obviously, like, I mean, I'm sure if it found out if I like screamed or yelled occasionally, and all of a sudden our like listener count went up like tenfold, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to become way more annoying. And then after each episode, be like, all right, I'll talk to you later, Saul. And then I would just sit here in a dark room questioning what I've done. Is my dignity and my beliefs worth so little to me that I'm now like a clickbait screaming person?
You gotta be a sellout. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So how's your week been?
Pretty uneventful.
Have you been swarmed by cicadas?
Well, actually, where I'm at, not a lot, because I don't have like a lot of woods over here. I guess they're attracted to woods. So.
I guess I've seen like 7.
Really?
We've had none, but I'm wondering because we got carpenter bees again. I have not gone on my genocide quest yet to wipe out the carpenter bees from trying to destroy my carport. I'm wondering if those two things fight in some way.
I don't know. The cicadas seem pretty docile, so.
Yeah. Well, and like carpenter bees can't sting.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd be super boring, like really boring. But I'd be out there screaming how cicadas bow to no man as I watch them just.
I know further south, I think they're a bigger issue.
Is that I was gonna ask because I haven't done any research on it this year, and 17 years ago or whatever it was, I don't remember nothing. If it was like an Ohio Midwest thing.
I thought, I don't know. I keep hearing on like national news, so apparently it's happening everywhere. Maybe so. Who knows?
Except Minnesota. So at the moment, last week there was a spider that dropped down on my arm, and it startled me almost to the level. I went back and listened to it. I wasn't nearly as startled vocally as I thought I was. So.
No, you kind of like whoa or whatever
Yeah.
you did. Yeah.
In my mind, I like screamed way more than that. But that particular spider is currently in the corner ceiling directly above me.
Oh, you should have killed it when you had a chance. I don't understand why you let it go. This is weird.
Well, it's got like little cobwebs straight above me that have what looked like mosquitoes in it.
No.
So it's holding up its end of the bargain.
So is that your mosquito repellent?
I guess so.
Yeah.
It apparently just wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Since this is its second appearance. So there we go. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, my week hasn't been anything. Like, that silences me actually trying to think through my week. Like, I bought
I did a lot of DoorDash.
Yeah. How did that go?
Good.
Like,
so I mean, I've done a couple jobs,
yeah.
and I've also ordered a couple jobs. So I might have like broken even from the ordering and
You're
the
probably in
driving,
the negative because holy
probably
crap.
yeah, probably yeah.
Like, I'll laugh because I'll see like just the random thing pop up occasionally where someone's like, "Well, time to get a $40 hamburger from 6 minutes away."
Sure.
Because like
the laziness of humanity cracks me up.
Well, my biggest thing, like, I haven't used it in forever. Like, where I'm at, like, we constantly have no drivers.
Yeah.
Which, having delivered pizza and knowing my area has declined even further from those days, can't blame them. I would literally drive from where I live to, like, where you live or somewhere in the surround. I would not deliver where I live.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like 100%. But yeah, like I would use it for BW3s because BW3s is the biggest pain in the butt to go in and pick up the food because it's never ready.
Yep.
So I was willing to pay like the $15 premium to not deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, so this is food related, since a lot of people like food.
Yes.
Apparently to our podcast. So it's my wife's birthday weekend. She takes a whole weekend for her birthday.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what sounds really good? Because there's one place called Flower Wild, something to do with flowers. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's kind of like a really new agey hippie, organic type place, you know.
Okay.
And so my wife's like, this crab macaroni, good. And they only sell it like all days, I think.
Like how much?
So they only sell it on Wednesdays.
Okay.
Okay. So she's like, I really want this for my birthday. I was like, that's fine. I'll order it. $25. Okay. For this.
Is that for
crab
like a
macaroni.
gallon?
Well, I was like, I'm looking at it. I was like, this does not look like it's worth $25. But you know, that's,
crab is expensive.
Sure. So I was like, well, she wants this, and I'm hungry too, so I ordered too. So I pretty much spend like $60 at this place. Okay. So we go there, and this really hippie guy comes out. He's like, hey man, it's like, got your food because you can't go in.
Right.
Because I asked, I was like, dude, so when we pull in, it's kind of like a mom and pop's. And I called. I was like, so do I go in? And the guy said, oh no, you COVID, you can't come in. We'll bring it out to you. So I call him when we get there, and the hippie guy comes. I say, hey, Hope you cheese. Like this is all organic. Like it. I mean, it sounds like he just smoked a blunt before he came outside. He was that high, you know.
I like that you went directly to a blunt and not just regular pot.
I'm going blunt. Yeah.
I mean, blunts are sweet. Don't get me wrong. You get the niceness of tobacco mixed in.
Yes. So anyway, we get back to the house, and it's not worth it. It's like a half a tail of lobster,
Okay.
and maybe I'm gonna say like 3 servings of mac and cheese. Which I'm thinking, if this is like a hippie place where people are smoking pot and everything, you'd think there'd be more. There'd be more food, but
Well,
yeah,
this might be the higher end for the people who have the medical marijuana card and are
It could
spending an
be.
absorbent amount of money on weed.
I'll take 5 orders of your mac and cheese lobster.
That's what they're hoping.
Yeah, I don't know. So we bought it. I spent $60. It's not worth it.
Now, do you?
I mean, it was good,
Yeah,
but it just wasn't worth it.
like it wasn't so good that the money to amount didn't balance out for you. How good, or how much better would it have to have been to be worth it? Like double?
So, because I'll compare it to Cheesecake Factory, because Cheesecake Factory is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Cheesecake Factory, I'll go there and I'll have leftovers the next day
Yeah.
because I can't eat all the food. So if I'm going to spend like $60 on food, I better have leftovers the next day. That's how I justify it.
Okay. I mean, that's
you're
pretty
getting
fair.
Because you're getting 2 meals out of it. So that's how I'll justify it.
Right. That's weird because we used to we haven't gone to Cheesecake Factory in forever, but I'd get their chicken Alfredo pretty often.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've never had leftovers at Cheesecake Factory.
I've been getting. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know if it's because I'm watching Ryback TV because he's on a whole vegan kick right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just been watching it. He's been brainwashing me, but I've been ordering a lot of stuff vegan.
Yeah.
Like I got like cauliflower and buffalo chicken at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
It's pretty good actually.
My wife is constantly like, "Oh, do you want to try the buffalo cauliflower at places?" And I won't do it. I don't like cauliflower.
Yeah.
Broccoli's fine, but so you say like it's pretty good.
So you know how I am with food. How picky
Yeah,
I
burn
am.
it to a crisp and then you
Well,
you
it's just
consume
texture
the
issue.
ashes.
And texture too. I'm a big texture guy.
Right.
And the thing I like about the cauliflower, because you know how when you're eating meat, you get a piece of fat sometimes. Which
Oh,
just
yeah.
it grosses me out.
Well, because there's like the edge of like a rib or a strip steak, where sometimes
Yeah.
like you get like that piece of fat that just you can barely tell it's there, but it adds some flavor. But then you get
God.
like the weird gummy, like where it's like gum rubber off the bottom of a shoe.
Yeah.
That I could do without. But like the stuff that basically just melts in your mouth, I'm okay with because it adds a little bit of flavor.
Disgusting. It's like eating Crisco. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Wait, you don't do that? You get a little backed up. You take a spoonful of Crisco.
Yeah, no.
It's an old housewives remedy. I'm making that up. Please, nobody. Well, actually, you know what? Go ahead and try that. Take that as medical advice. See how it goes for you.
So, any case, it's buffalo chicken, cauliflower. You don't get that. It's because it's cauliflower, so you're
Yeah.
not gonna get big chunks of fat in your mouth. So that's why I like it.
Okay. Now, so this is interesting because me and my wife, we did. It was. I know. All right. So, I know the vegan weirdos out there are going to get angry, but I don't know if it was vegan or vegetarian stuff.
Okay.
Like some of
Okay.
the stuff we were getting was definitely like vegan versions of things, but
Okay.
So I'm not going to say we were eating a vegan diet for a period of time, because I'm sure there was like somewhere we used something that an animal looked at something, and I guess that doesn't count as vegan or something. I don't know if you're looking at like the militant vegan things. Like, we were just trying something different.
I really don't know what the official rules of being a vegan
like,
is, but yes.
I know, like, you can't eat bread because you're stealing grain from animals that might eat it or something.
Oh, now it sounds like a boring.
No, that's not. I'm going to the extreme of it, but there are definitely people I've encountered that are vegan that are just. It's like I sent you a message earlier in the week about Greta, the younger girl for the environmentalist, where I saw an interview with her, and it made me want to go start a tire fire. There's like the vegan equivalent of that, where it's just not the best person. Like, they just don't come across very well.
I will agree with that. Yes.
But yeah, like, a lot of the stuff was really good. There's like even like the frozen stuff you can get at the grocery store. Like, the imitation chicken stuff seems to be the best.
Yeah.
Like the griller burgers or like that kind of stuff I didn't care for. Now, this was before we had like these Impossible burgers and stuff like that. Have you ever tried one of those?
I've tried Burger King's Impossible Burger.
How was it?
I thought it was alright. I mean,
Like,
it tastes like a Burger King burger.
Was it the same price?
No, it's a little bit more expensive.
See, I feel like for me, since I'm...
Apparently plants are hard to make into burgers, I guess. I don't know.
I assume the research and development to doing that, like, over time, I'm sure costs could come down. But, like, now, would you have been able to tell that it wasn't a real hamburger if you didn't know?
No, I wouldn't be able to. Well, actually, yes, because I didn't get gristle in there. So that's one thing. That's one thing that I liked about it.
Yeah. See, for me, like, since I don't mind that kind of stuff with meat, like, I'm always going to go, if meat is the cheaper option, I'm always going to go to meat.
Okay, yeah.
But I've noticed, because I was actually looking this up the other day, because, like, from when I used to do, like lifting for bodybuilding or powerlifting or any of that stuff, my brain associates what do I need to eat throughout the course of the day. And protein always needs to be high, because that's just in my mind. I was like, why do I still have the, because like I base food, like if I get like chicken fried rice or any kind of like meat and other stuff meal, I base if it was value correct on how much meat I feel there is in it. Like, that's the big thing to me, is the protein. And I was looking, and I was like, I do not need that kind of protein. One, I'm like not been able to lift anything for quite a while, like as far as like exercise goes. But it's still like my mindset is still on that high amount of protein, and it's very hard to get out of that. But yeah, I was looking, I was like, so how much protein do I actually need? And it would be significantly less than I eat. So it's like, well, how much meat could I cut out of my diet? Because one, meat's a little more expensive than, you know, like if you just eat like spaghetti with sauce, that's a pretty cheap meal. As opposed to where I'm like, well, I got to have at least a chicken breast with this. So
Sure.
So yeah, so Ryback, if people don't know who Ryback is, he's like pro wrestler, but I mean, he was a big dude. His whole one of his gimmicks, which somehow people got into, was feed me more. Like, he ate a lot. Like, there was a story where he went to Panera Bread and ended up ordering like 7 or 8 chicken Caesar salads to get like the chicken breasts from it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't understand. And I'm not making fun of the guy, because I've been into Panera and had no idea what I was doing. So he was like, oh, I got confused, so I just ordered a bunch of chicken salads or something. Because, like, I guess people were supposed to help him order, and they just took their food and left, so he didn't know what to do. So then he comes to the table with, like, all these chicken Caesar salads. But yeah, so he's been doing the vegan. Did he say why he started doing the vegan stuff?
I think it's something to do with because he has a messed up neck or back or whatever is wrong with him.
Yeah,
I think that's why he switched it, because he just wanted to eat cleaner or something like that.
Yeah, like basically trying something different.
Something, yeah. I mean, because I guess he said, he was eating meat all of his life, and I, I don't know his whole story. I mean,
Yeah.
he talks about it every time when he's feed me more. Because
Yeah.
for whatever reason, I don't know why I watch it, because it's just him grunting and shoveling food in his mouth. But it's entertaining to me. I don't know why. So, but yeah, he's been on a vegan kick now for 6 months or whatever.
Huh. Well, I know some people talk about like inflammation and things like that.
I believe
From
it.
different like dairy will cause inflammation. I think there's something that meat can induce inflammation, things like that. So
well, when I was doing DDP yoga, DDP said
DDPY, please.
whatever it is, DDPY.
They don't say yoga.
Yeah, I guess milk can inflame your joints and stuff.
Yeah. I've definitely I feel like I've had some inflammation issues in recent years. Like I've cut down, like I'll still eat pizza, or like this morning I had like a cheeseburger, but there was a time where I'd use like 2 slices of cheese. Like I've cut like sometimes I don't even use a whole slice of cheese on a burger now. Just trying to see if that's any different. Now I haven't like really committed to no dairy.
No.
To see, might be worth doing it. But
Sure.
so you said you've been doing like more of like the vegan or the vegetarian type food lately. How long have you been doing that?
What, the vegan stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
Or is that just occasional?
Let me get this. Let me get this out there. I'm not doing the vegan thing. I would like to be vegan, I guess, because I'm all about trying to become healthier, and because I'm trying to lower my blood pressure and everything to get off this stupid medicine. So I'm looking down alternate routes, but I haven't gone hardcore with.
Right.
I still eat meat and stuff. So
right. But have you been like scaling back? Is kind of what I guess I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, so my wife's been kind of amused by this because I'm pretty much vanilla type guy. I order something from a restaurant and I stick with that no matter what. Well, the problem is a lot of the stuff that I like from restaurants are unhealthy as hell. So
well, yes, that's probably why you like them.
Yes. So I've like I said, I've been trying to adapt to that. So, like I ordered a cauliflower pizza last night, which actually was pretty good. The cauliflower crust and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't, because they make like cauliflower and mashed potatoes, and I just cannot.
I tried that. It's not mashed potatoes.
Well, right, and my fear is that it's not even going to be close to mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like purple ketchup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it still tastes exactly like ketchup, but it's purple, so it messes with my brain. I just don't think, knowing it's made out of cauliflower, I'm not going to eat it. Like, no amount of butter is going to fix it.
That's what I'm saying. The amount of butter I would use to make me think that it's mashed potatoes, it might be easy. It might be healthier to just eat the mashed potatoes with a little butter versus a whole lot of butter.
Like a half serving of mashed potatoes instead of the regular, and just call it a day.
Yes, exactly.
I was trying to figure out rice the other day. Mm-hmm. So, do you cook rice ever?
No.
All right.
I've tried.
So,
I mean, I have cooked rice
in the past.
I'm very good at it.
Yeah. So I've watched the Uncle Roger guy.
Yeah.
Who belittles people for their chicken fried rice. I've learned to make chicken fried rice or egg fried rice kind of from watching that and then looking at some recipes, and I've gotten okay at it. But I have to do the boil and bag rice.
Okay.
Where you can just, like, it's got little, like, the weird wax paper bag or whatever. Sure. I cannot just buy like a bag of rice and throw some in a pot and get it right. Like, now, a long time ago, I had a rice cooker, like a little one that was, it couldn't have been more than like a 16-ounce rice cooker. Super small. I can't find anything that size now. Now they're all like the super mega pot that takes up like your entire kitchen counter. But man,
Have you tried Kohl's?
Yes. I've looked there. I've looked online trying to find like a small rice cooker, and I just haven't been able to find one. So I don't know if technology has made what I had, because mine was like, and this was back in like 2001. It was like $10. Huh?
You know what? If I go out this weekend to a store, I think Bed Bath and Beyond has those little rice cookers. If I see it, I will buy it for you.
Yeah, if you see it, like let me know, because it was honestly, I'm just trying to think of like an equivalent, like like the McDonald's 44-ounce cups or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't much bigger around than that. Like it was pretty much for like a single serve of rice, but you plugged it in and it, filled it with however much water and it did its thing, and the rice was awesome. When I try to make rice in a pot, man, it's awful. Like I just can't do it.
Sure.
Like it seems like it's like, okay, this much water, this much rice, cook it for this long. That should be the end of it, but it just never turns out right. I don't know if we got funny water here in Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of Chinese restaurants that have really good rice, so it's obviously possible. I'm just incapable.
I saw a thing, and this is kind of changing it a little bit, but we are talking about food, so
Yeah.
I saw this thing that they said the reason why New York pizza is the best pizza in the United States is because of the water.
No. New York pizza is better because their crust is a better style. What?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. No, like, so when they make the pizza, that's what I'm saying. It does something to the crust inside the pizza that makes it really, really good versus everywhere else in the United States. I just find that intriguing.
No, there's no way that is okay.
I have never been to New York to eat New York pizza, so I don't know. So I can't.
So when we went to New York for WrestleMania 20, me and a couple buddies, and we got a decent amount of pizza while we were there, and it was really good. But it's more that it's that thin crust style.
Okay.
Like not like, because we have like some thin crust pizza places around here, but it's not like that. Domino's, you can actually get like the Brooklyn style pizza. And they basically take a medium or a small dough and make it into a large or an extra large. So you just get that like more floppy dough. And that's, I'm not going to say that's the same, but it's similar. But like that style of crust, you know how I can almost guarantee you that New York water does not make the pizza like that?
What?
Have you ever seen a pizza place say, we use imported New York water to make our dough? Because if that was true, you would see that everywhere. Every town would have one place with New York imported water.
I'm just saying that's the article I read. I'm not saying it's true or not, because I've never had New York pizza. My wife's had New York pizza and she's had Chicago pizza, and she says New York is better.
Yes. I've also had like the real Chicago pizza. If you like the thick crust and you're in the mood for it, it's amazing. But on any given day, I will take the New York style over the Chicago style.
Okay.
But I'm going to say that there's zero truth to that, because again, you would have New York imported water, or our water is filtered the same way as they do in New York. And then you'd be paying like $20 extra for no reason.
Imported New York pizza water. Yes.
Our dough is made in New York with using municipal water sources.
I'm just saying what I read, man.
Hold on, let's see here. Truth to New York. Where's one of the main ingredients? Oh my God. Hold on a moment. So I typed in truth to New York pizza water.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like the most scam thing ever. Water is one is the one main ingredient that has a huge effect on the taste of the crust, said Paul Irego. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right or not. An entrepreneur from New Jersey. His company makes a device called the New York Water Maker, which he says can make any tap water mimic New York City's by adding in the right minerals and tweaking the pH balance.
There you go.
There
you go.
This is from back in 2018, the dark ages before there was truth in advertising.
Yes.
What?
Told you,
Smithsonian Magazine says that New York City tap water is sort of the Goldilocks of water when it comes to dough making. So yes, New York. There is no possible way. Oh, and it affects bagels.
You and your wife go up to New York this weekend. Get some water, bring it back,
and start my own pizza place.
Well, no. You make your pizza, whatever, and then you use Ohio water and see if it tastes different.
Low concentration. So yes, New York City is water is unique and contains properties that likely make it more conducive to better dough for bagels and pizza.
Yep.
I just refuse to believe that.
I saw a whole thing about moonshine and the different creek water that they would use in different states, how it changes moonshine's taste and everything. I believe it, man.
I really want to fight it just because, like I said, I've never seen, hey, we import water from New York for our pizza, but there's an awful lot of New York-based propaganda saying that New York water is better. So that
just
might
saying.
be it.
Just saying.
Let's see. I'm just turning into the note into New York pizza water.
Who knew? So if you ever for whatever reason go up to New York, bring empty gallon jugs with you, and just fill up on New York water and bring it back.
You know the Chi-Chi's guy? Do you remember that commercial? The guy stealing the Chi-Chi's salsa into the bladders sewn into the coat? Yeah, you do that, but you just fill everything you can. Like, people think you're hoarding gasoline, but really you're just stealing municipal tap water for your pizza place.
I need your water.
Fast forward to the future where me and you have a pizza shop, but one of us every week has to drive up to New York to get enough water.
You know, we do have some listeners. We do have listeners out in New Jersey. So you know somebody from one of our listeners is going to be selling their water on eBay now.
I hope they make a ton of money.
Yeah, sure.
Please, whatever you do, don't sell it to Pizza Hut. Because I imagine even New York pizza from Pizza Hut is trash. God, I can't believe they are one of the most popular pizza places. I mean, McDonald's is arguably more popular than like a good burger place. So,
yeah, McDonald's is trash. So.
Yes, but sometimes you just want that McDonald's taste. Just like sometimes I'd rather like put a cigarette out on my tongue, but I don't have cigarettes, so I just go and get a Pizza Hut pizza.
Sure. Sometimes you just want someone to punch in your face, and you missed that, so you wouldn't.
Yep. All right. Well, that was a whole lot of food talk this week.
Yep.
Do you want to move on?
We really don't have a lot to talk about as far as wrestling or anything else because it's Friday and Dynamite is on the night. So.
Right. Well, and I don't think. Well, let's go to wrestling for just a minute.
Okay.
We can always come back to food. Let me hit, since we're doing food and wrestling. Here we go.
Why did Britt take her shoe off to eat that sandwich?
So I don't think anything's going to happen on Dynamite tonight.
Well, no, it's leading up to the pay-per-view, so it might.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, like, I don't think, like, Miro is going against the one guy from Top Flight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that guy has beaten Miro for the TNT title.
If he does, it's Swerve.
Well, yeah, possible. I don't think Joey Janela is going to beat Hangman Page. Like, because why?
Yeah.
They're doing like a celebration with Sheeta, I think, for having the belt for a year. Jericho's got like an interview thing. Like, there's a few things going on, but I don't think anything's going to happen drastically to change. Like, I don't think Orange Cassidy is going to accept the out to get out of the title match unless he's injured for real still.
So I watched old WCW Saturday night, okay, on Tuesday night, I think. And I watched like 3 episodes. And Tony Schiavone, I kid you not, every interview he did got interrupted, okay? And to the point where Jesse Ventura said, "My God, Schiavone, can you not do an interview without getting interrupted?"
So
I was like,
that's been going on forever.
Yeah. So, I mean, it looked like it was like the early 90s.
Right.
So, yeah. Yep.
I didn't realize that was a thing with him a long time ago. I just noticed it makes me laugh every time because it's
it makes
just
sense
so over the
because
top.
Tony Khan is apparently he's a big wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would keep that going, I guess. So.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure it's like, oh, it's kind of funny, but like it sets it up, like because he's had like 1 or 2 that actually concluded, and I was like, oh my God. Like,
yes.
If there would have been a crowd, they might have actually cheered for him finishing an interview without an interruption. Do you want to do some predictions real quick for Double or Nothing? Do you got the card up, or do you want me to send you a link real quick?
Send me a link because I don't have it.
This is the actual AEW website, so I don't think it's listed on here. There is I think Serena Deeb is defending the NWA championship.
Yep, I read that.
Double or Nothing card. I hate having to go to a place that is not.
Yeah, I don't understand why WWE and AEW they don't advertise their damn pay-per-views.
Yeah,
cards.
Like they'll have it, but then it's never updated.
Yep.
Like, we might have some more matches on here.
The internet guys like, yeah, I'm sure it'll change. I'll leave it alone.
You'd be like, I'm not going to do this again. Good Lord, what do you want from us?
Now I guess it would have to be Double or Nothing is at the Daly's place, right?
Yeah, they're going back to the pre-pandemic setup though, where like on the stage there's actually bleacher seating.
Oh thank God.
Yeah, so like that's going to be like it'll be a full crowd. So,
well, yeah, I guess you would have to because you're having the stadium stampede. So I don't know how many other arenas where you can do that at. So yeah.
Yeah, it's something I wanted to talk. Like it's come up a couple times, but I'm pretty sure if anyone else would have started with the whole pandemic thing and the shutdowns and all that, Tony Khan might be one of the only people that could have had a wrestling promotion that got as big as AEW is and actually survived because they had Daly's place.
Yeah. Because I think Ring of Honor and the MLW, I think they shut down completely, didn't they?
I believe so. Now they were smaller; they don't have like the kind of money coming in that AEW has or the money available. But
sure.
I'm assuming that Tony Khan is like AEW is self-contained. Like once it got started up, where they had like a certain amount of reserves for like if they were negative money for the first year or two.
Yeah.
But the fact that they had Daly's place that they could use I'm assuming they got either free or a very good deal on it.
Well, because it's my understanding that it's his. He owns that.
Yeah. So with them having that, because like WWE had the Performance Center, and then they eventually went to an actual stadium, but WWE literally got $1 billion deal. So
sure.
They kind of don't even count because they can, in my mind, they have the money to do kind of whatever they needed to make it through it.
Sure.
Seems like just things worked out. 'Cause, I mean, they've been in the pandemic longer than they've been not. Like, it's super weird.
Sure.
So maybe Daly's Place and Austin Gunn are the true MVPs of the pandemic. Let's see here. So the Casino Battle Royal, they're going to have like the wild card thing. Do you think it's going to be something boring like it's a Big Show? Or are we going to get something crazy like Bryan Danielson shows up?
I don't think that will happen.
I mean, could, but there's no way.
It seems like, because Bryan Danielson's done with WWE, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like last I read, his contract was over, and he seems like the kind of guy, like Moxley, where he just wants, if he's going to do any more wrestling, he might just want to try to wrestle like his bucket list people.
Yeah.
So maybe he just passes through AEW for a little bit, like Matt Cardona or Zack Ryder, whatever you want to call him, did.
I mean, that's the only thing AEW has going for it, because you're not going to be able to outspend you're not going to be able to outspend WWE because they just have too much money. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you have, but it seems like AEW would be open to someone coming in for a very short run. So
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's more of a, if you just wanted to be a free roaming type guy, no commitment, I think AEW would be your,
Yeah, where it seems like someone could be like, hey, like let's say Bryan Danielson, for whatever reason, just like he wanted to have a match with Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
I feel that they would be open to having him there for 2 or 3 months to have like a feud with Eddie Kingston, and then go about his way. And there'd be a chance that he could beat Eddie Kingston. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, you can come here and work our guy, but you're going to lose. Like, if it was a good story and things like that, they're open to doing whatever's good. So you don't think anyone crazy? You think it's probably just like Big Show?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, I would like to be wrong, but
right?
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, just being realistic. What if? Now this is going to depend on the placement on the card. If Hangman and Brian Cage, if they're the first match for some reason, and then Hangman ends up being the Joker again for the Casino Battle Royal.
It might be interesting.
I mean, it doesn't feel like that fits any storyline whatsoever.
Yes.
But, like, I don't know. Yeah, I would assume, it's got to be like a Big Show or just somebody where it's like, oh, that's a surprise, but I don't think they're going to do anything earth-shattering with it.
No.
And if Bryan Danielson were to show up, I mean, he kind of has to win, right?
I would assume yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong, because like that'd be like not necessarily a fan of debut, you get a world title match, but that's their one chance a year to do it.
Sean Spears is not the level of Daniel Bryanson, but he came in as a surprise at one time.
Yeah,
and he didn't win, so
true. The I mean, the reality
not
though
the
is
same
like
level.
Yeah, I think if Bryan Danielson were to show up, he would just show up after the main event.
Yeah,
and stare down Kenny, kind of like Moxley did, but maybe not the attack or whatever. I don't know. I think I just want to see Bryan Danielson wrestle other people.
Sure.
Or something. Like, there's no way he doesn't have like a list of people he'd like to fight. I would think he'd be more like a New Japan guy, though.
Well, from everything I read, it sounds like he's pretty much wanting to do like a retirement type thing.
Yeah, like a retirement tour.
Because I think he realizes his wrestling legs are getting kind of tired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he came back from a devastating injury. Now he can go out on his terms. Kind of like Sting, except, like 20 years apart or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
So, do you think if Big Show is the debut, he wins it? Or, like, pretty much every time Big Show was in a Battle Royal situation, a whole bunch of people team up and take him out?
I don't know. I mean, because I really haven't watched AEW Dark or Elevation in a long time, so I don't know if they're getting their money. I don't know if they're getting their money's worth out of Big Show.
I do not. So I do not watch Elevation nearly as much as I watch the Excalibur and Taz podcast with wrestling matches in the background, because I am so entertained by Taz and Excalibur just being weirdos on a Dark that I'll watch it even if I don't care about the matches because they make me laugh.
Sure.
Elevation, Big Show's not terrible on commentary, and he's definitely getting better, but there is not the chemistry that Taz and Excalibur have.
Sure.
So at the moment, Elevation and regular Dark seem about the same to me. So I just watch regular Dark, unless there's like a specific match on Elevation. Or there's like literally nothing else to watch. I'll turn Elevation on, and it's just kind of background stuff. But
well, I don't know. Maybe since they copied that stupid name he used on Adam Sandler's movie, so who knows?
Yeah, I don't know what to expect out of it. Do you have any guess who you think would win?
No, not really, because I don't know where the storyline would go with it.
Yeah, with anybody.
Because everyone I would pick is wrestling in main cards, so
Yeah, and it's going to end up being somebody different.
They really seem to like. They really seem to like Jungle Boy for some reason. He's kind of growing on me, but
he needs a little more talking time or something to kind of get him across. I wouldn't be like looking at it like Hobbs. I wouldn't be opposed to Hobbs winning it at all.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect him to win against Kenny, but I'd be real interested to see that match.
Sure.
So I'm not sure. Like, let's see. I'm just trying to find the list here real quick. Okay, here's pictures of everybody. Christian Cage, Sidell. I'm just going to read the names real quick. Stop me if anyone. They got Christian Cage, so I could see maybe him since they've kind of. I can
see him
because he's been trying to like work up the rankings, but I can see that there's no chance Matt Sidell wins. I could see Hobbs. Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn.
Matt Hardy, yeah.
I could see Matt Hardy, maybe. I mean, obviously, it's just going to be like a throwaway Dynamite match, but I would like he's actually had some good matches, so I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him get to go against Kenny. The majority of the Dark Order is in it. Uno, Stu, Cabana. You got the Varsity Blondes, Max Caster, QT, Nick Camarado, Penta, Blade, Mystery Entrant. What if it's QT? How excited would you be?
It does not surprise me if they tried to push that, but
yeah. Well, yeah, because like him and Nick Camarado. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Camarado somehow win because I'd like to see how he could do against like Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I think I just like the last ride powerbomb. So yeah, I can't. Honestly, I would have to say Christian. Yeah,
I'm about to go with Christian. Yeah,
Christian. I hope Hobbs is like the last person in with him. Because I don't know. It's still weird though because I still feel like Hobbs is like a good person playing a bad guy. Like.
Sure.
It just doesn't seem authentic to me. All right. So regular matches, Hangman and Brian Cage. I'm assuming Hangman gets his win back.
Yep.
And then go from there. Miro, Lance Archer.
I hate to say it. It's going to be Miro.
Yeah, I can't see him losing it.
Unless it's going to be a double count out.
I don't want that
He's not losing it. He's not losing it.
Yeah. I mean, they could do a time limit draw.
Yeah.
Or did you mention that like Jake turns on Archer for some reason?
From watching WCW Saturday night, Jake the Snake is very slimy. He turns on people a lot. So.
Well, he also locks them in like mining rooms with cobras to bite them.
Yes.
Ask Ultimate Warrior about that.
I can see Jake turning on
Archer to cost him. Yeah, because it seems like I just can't imagine him losing straight up. But
Yep.
if they had like a 30-minute time limit and they just beat the tar out of each other for 30 minutes and then it was a draw, I'd be okay with that. Like,
Yeah.
because then Lance Archer didn't get beat, but Miro can talk about how nobody can beat him.
Yes.
And then be like, I do not have to beat you. You have to beat me. I can obviously not do a Miro impersonation, but
Yes. And you can have the heels talk about Jesus Christ before they do their promos. It was weird. I'm like, why are you doing that?
the people show their faith in different ways.
Sure.
All right. Sting and Darby against Scorpio and Ethan Page.
I mean, it has to be Sting and Darby, all right? I mean,
You would think.
yeah.
Honestly, though, so yes, I'm pretty sure Sting's going to win, especially first time in front of a crowd. But if you really want to set up Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page, they get the win. Because people are going to hate it. And I mean, if you're Scorpio Sky and they were to approach you, because like before AEW was made, they had this whole thing planned out.
Yes.
If they're like, hey, we're going to build you up a couple times for the TNT title, but you're going to lose. You're eventually going to turn heel and team with somebody, and you're going to get to beat Sting.
Yep.
Is that all right? Like, I would probably take that myself.
Sure.
Like, that's a pretty big deal. I don't think it's going to happen, but
I think Sting and Darby wins this.
yeah,
I could be wrong.
Right. I mean, there's at least a case made that if you really want to elevate Sky and Page quick, you could let them get like an upset win. Like, I mean, not like they have like Darby and Sting like in a Scorpion Deathlock and make them tap out in the center of the ring, but some kind of like flash win where they get like a roll up on
Bad
Sting
guy.
and yeah.
Bad guy win, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Sheeta and Britt Baker. I mean, it's got to be Britt's time.
Yep.
I would think.
I assume Britt.
I mean, Sheeta it feels like everybody's had a good match with Sheeta. So, but yeah, eventually.
Well, it sounds like she wants to go to Japan, and from what I understand, Japan's like really strict on their COVID thing. So
yeah, so she has
wants
to
to go
commit
to
to being
Japan
there.
for a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit. So yeah.
I mean, that'd be fine. I mean, she's done wonders for everybody she's worked with. So,
Yep.
but I think, yeah, I don't know. I've turned into an old timer where I'm starting to think heels having the belts are much better.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. So we got Moxley and Kingston against the Young Bucks.
I think Moxley's going to win it.
It would be weird because his wife is due very soon.
Sure.
But I don't know what their decision on that is or how they're going to handle that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it seems like you could have Moxley and Kingston win them. But I don't know. It seems like they would hold on to the belts until it was time to take them off Kenny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like you'd keep them with all the belts for a little bit.
True. Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just trying to think of things you could do. Because, like, you're not going to have FTR against the Young Bucks again when they're both heels, I don't think. So Moxley and Kingston win, and then they can lose them to FTR.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think the Pinnacle attacks Moxley and Kingston.
Or the Pinnacle's plan is they're going to jump the winner, and it just happens to be Moxley and Kingston.
I assume the Pinnacle is going to be. They're going to start using them like the Horseman type thing.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, that's kind of what they're supposed to be. So
yeah.
I mean, I won't be surprised if the Bucks win, but it certainly seems like it could go either way. So they have me guessing.
Yep.
So that's good.
Yep.
Stadium Stampede. I can't imagine a world where the Pinnacle doesn't win this.
Yep.
Like, because this is I thought the Blood and Guts was going to be the make it moment for the Pinnacle, but when you throw in making Inner Circle disband.
Well, that, and you would just keep up that the Inner Circle sucks at stadium stampedes, I guess.
Right. Now, I do think from the way they've been talking that it's going to be a totally different tone than what we got last year. Like, I don't think it's going to be as jokey, which is fine. Like, but I'm curious as to see how they'll do on the second one, because the first one, my expectations were low, and it ended up being really good. So, world title match, I would assume Kenny wins.
Yep.
The only thing I could see is giving Orange Cassidy like a surprise win, and then Kenny gets the belt back on the next Dynamite kind of thing.
Yeah.
But why do that?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they haven't been around long enough, if that makes any sense, to do like a weird title change like that.
Oh.
Whereas if it had been like 4 years in and there's never been like a fluke title change, then it wouldn't be as big a deal.
Yeah, I think Kenny wins this.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, I mean that's basically the majority of the card, or that's the official card that they have here. They don't even have like the Casino Battle Royals, but hard to say with those.
Yeah, I think the like you said, the NWA title's being done. So
yeah, on the pre-show or I'm sorry, the buy-in, whatever they want to call it. I mean that match will be pretty good. So Saraya Deeb has been impressive every time I've seen her. You know what I think is real weird? Looking on the official page.
What?
So they have the card. So like Hangman Page versus the Machine. If you look in the top left corner, there's nothing there. Miro and Lance Archer, there's a TV-14 there. Sting Darby match, there's TV-14. Sheeta and Britt doesn't have a TV-14. Excuse me. The world title match doesn't have a TV-14. I wonder if that's just like, it's just weird. Now they also have like the hashtag AEW DON, so I think it's probably just like that wasn't added. But it'd be weird if every match with the TV-14 has blood.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird that you're already.
Oh, you know what's not listed on this? Cody and Anthony Ogogo.
Yeah, which I think is kind of weird that they didn't list it on their main thing there.
Yeah, Ogogo broke a rib in training.
Yep.
Supposedly, I don't know if that's real or fake. If it's fake, then I assume that's how he loses.
Yeah.
Is a body shot to the ribs.
Yeah, I think Cody wins it.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe not, but they got the meet and greet. I wonder if they're going to get their shoes back.
Well, because they pretty much buried QT, so I mean.
Well, yeah, like the commentary has not been kind to him. Like it's just super weird the way they've done it.
We're going to push, but not really.
You're like, you are going to get betrayed by the group that you betrayed to create.
Yes.
And then you're just going to go to your backstage training role.
Yep.
And then one day, you'll save Cody.
And no one will still care.
Yeah, I mean, if he's in the Battle Royal, we'll find out when he comes out if the live crowd cares.
Well, the live crowd, I remember when AEW first started, they didn't know the guy. They didn't even know his name. They were chanting Cody's partner.
Yeah, I mean the crowd's been like when Dark Order debuted and they were chanting "Who are you?"
Yes.
Which I had forgot about until they tweeted about that the other day. It made me laugh. Like, yeah, they that, and then like Luther showed up, and Excalibur was the only one who knew who he was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that's the guy from the death matches in China or Japan or wherever.
No one here has ever seen.
Yes.
Then JR was like, that doesn't tell me anything.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, JR is the voice of the voiceless sometimes.
Yes.
Playing the role of CM Punk. So,
Well, I think this week we pretty much wrapped it up since we talked a lot about pizza, New York,
yes.
and
I'm going to
Kenny
continue
Omega.
my research into New York pizza water.
There you go. That could be the title: New York Pizza Water.
It's so weird. Or yeah, no, I'm just calling it New York pizza water. We'll do that. So all right, well we will be back. I don't know how to spell predictions. Had to sound it out. But yeah, we'll be back next week. We'll see. I think Dynamite's on Friday again next week.
Yeah, I think
From
it
the
is,
whole NHL thing.
Yep.
So we'll see. One day we'll be able to talk about Rampage. I'm just going to talk about the video game every week and act confused. Like, I thought we were playing Rampage again.
Rampage.
That game was fun. I don't care what anyone says. A bit repetitive, yes. But so, all right, everybody. Have a good week. We will return.
See you later.
Outro, go.